When you hear the name Apple, most people immediately think of Steve Jobs and his iconic presentations. But behind Apple's global success today, there's another man who turned pressure into progress and leadership into legacy. This is the story of Tim Cook, the man who proved that true power doesn't always need to shout. Sometimes it simply acts. Timothy Donald Cook was born in 1960 in Robertsdale, Alabama. His father worked in a shipyard, and his mother was a pharmacist. They didn't have luxury, but they gave him something far more valuable: discipline, kindness, and the belief that hard work changes everything.
To fund his education, he worked from a young age, including a paper route that started when he was 12, requiring him to wake up at 3 a.m. Cook attended Auburn University in Alabama, where he graduated with a degree in industrial engineering in 1982. As a young man, Tim wasn't chasing attention. He wasn't the loudest in the room. He was the kind who listened, observed, and delivered. He later pursued an MBA from Duke University's Fuqua School of Business, where he honed his business acumen, leadership skills, and strategic thinking. Tim Cook worked at several prestigious companies, gaining valuable experience in operations, logistics, and management. His early career included positions at companies like IBM, where he spent 12 years in the company's European operations, and at Intelligent Electronics, where he served as vice president of corporate materials. However, it was his role at Compaq that set the stage for his next big career move. These years weren't glamorous. They were filled with spreadsheets, warehouses, charts, and logistics, but they set the stage for what came next. In 1998, Steve Jobs invited Tim to join Apple as senior vice president for worldwide operations. Many questioned the move. Apple was struggling financially. The brand was shaken, but Tim saw something others didn't: the potential of combining design innovation with operational excellence. Cook's expertise in operations, supply chain management, and efficiency helped Apple streamline its manufacturing process, reduce costs, and improve product quality. His ability to oversee large-scale production while maintaining Apple's high standards for innovation played a critical role in Apple's turnaround. At Apple, Tim Cook didn't try to steal the spotlight. He quietly transformed the operations side of the company. He reduced product shipping time, streamlined the supply chain, and cut costs dramatically while maintaining quality. In 2011, after the passing of Steve Jobs, Tim Cook took over as CEO of Apple, a company that had just released some of its most revolutionary products like the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. Cook faced the monumental task of leading a company that had become synonymous with innovation. He was tasked not only with maintaining Apple's momentum, but also with ensuring that it continued to lead the industry. Cook's leadership style is often described as pragmatic, empathetic, and visionary. Unlike Jobs, who was known for his charismatic and sometimes authoritarian leadership approach, Cook is known for being more collaborative and inclusive. He places a strong emphasis on teamwork. Under his leadership, Apple didn't just survive, it thrived. Apple became the first U.S. company to reach a $1 trillion market cap in 2018 and then $2 trillion in 2020. One of Cook's greatest strengths as a leader is his ability to balance innovation with operational excellence. He understands that groundbreaking products are the backbone of Apple's success, but he also knows that meticulous planning and efficient execution are necessary to bring those products to market. He once stated, "We believe that we're on the face of the earth to make great products, and that's not changing." People doubted Tim. They said he's not Steve Jobs, and Tim never tried to be. He doesn't mimic job titles, he embodies values. In 2014, he publicly came out as gay, becoming the first openly gay CEO of a Fortune 500 company. He said, "Being gay has given me a deeper understanding of what it means to be in the minority and treated differently." The iPhone, though born under Steve Jobs, continued to evolve into something greater under Cook's guidance. He ensured that every new release from the iPhone X to the iPhone 13 carried Apple's signature innovation: Face ID, OLED displays, and 5G connectivity, all setting new benchmarks in smartphone technology. But Tim Cook's brilliance wasn't limited to products. He changed Apple's game plan entirely by expanding into services, launching Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Pay, iCloud, and more. This bold move transformed Apple from a hardware company into a digital ecosystem, one that touches almost every aspect of people's lives. It was a strategic masterstroke that made Apple stronger, more diverse, and more resilient. Beyond profits and products, Cook's leadership carries a heart. He placed a powerful focus on sustainability, driving Apple toward a future where innovation meets responsibility. Under his direction, Apple pledged to become fully carbon neutral by 2030 using recycled materials and ensuring a cleaner, greener supply chain. And perhaps most inspiring of all, Cook became a global voice for user privacy and ethics in technology. He stood firm in declaring privacy a fundamental human right, shaping Apple into a company people could trust in an age of data leaks and digital exploitation. Tim Cook's story isn't just about leading Apple. It's about redefining leadership itself. He transformed Apple into not just the most valuable company in the world, but one of the most respected. So, if you're ever underestimated, remember Tim Cook, the man who followed a legend and became one himself. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life stories of success and motivation, because one story can change your mindset forever.